Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Conquering the Euro series on Football Manager 2021 with Everton. Today it is time for part 6 of Season 8 and this one could be crucial. We have an away match against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United, and this is a crucial match because if we lose this one I think we can say goodbye to the Premier League title, and then we go away to, I can't remember what Ajax's stadium's called, I can't remember what the stadium's called, but we go away to Holland anyway to play the first leg of the first knockout round of the UEFA Champions League, and I think we've got the best chance yet this season in that match against Ajax. Well, I've said that if we lose against Man United today, that the season could well be over in terms of us winning the title, and here's why. We've been on a really good run of winning games in the Premier League, being unbeaten. The last time we lost a match in the Premier League, you have to go all the way back to the 22nd of September. And it's always said about a lot of sides that a mid-season run of form tends to bring you up there and potentially win the title. And I just think that this two-game might well have just derailed us. We went away to Leicester. Should have got the 3 points, okay. It was a late goal from Michelangelo Messina, but then David Williams scored a late equaliser for Leicester. So that was 2 points dropped. And then we had a really uncharacteristic game against Newcastle. We lost 3-0. As I say, our first loss against that after that Chelsea match. There is a reason why. I think one reason why is that Jordan Pickford was out. Unfortunately, he got injured for a few days, and Chris McCowan came in and didn't play well at all. We do need a backup goalkeeper, and it's something that I've just been completely sidetracked over. I think anyone coming in for Pickford would struggle because Pickford's been on a really good run. As you can see, we were playing not a full strength side. We certainly were at the front. But, I mean, just look at these stats. We were well and truly FM'd here. Newcastle well and truly took their chances. 9 shots, 7 on target. We had 19 shots, 11 on target. Our XG was 2.44. Again, looking at those stats, you'd be fooled to think why wasn't the scoreline the other way around. But a completely uncharacteristic match. And, of course, dropping those 5 points has really not helped. No surprise. As we've dropped points, Man United have won every single game in January in the Premier League, so that doesn't help. And to compound that, they went and beat Chelsea in the last match 6-2. So they're an unbelievable side, and whatever we do, it is going to be tough to stop them. The only way I think we can stop them is to beat them today, get that down to 7 points, because 7 points in 12 games, it's possibly achievable. Hopefully we've had our blip in the last 2 games, and we can do a bit better now. But if we lose today's match, 13 points in 12 matches, I just don't fancy it. But here's the side anyway to take on Man United in the first game of the episode. So it's the full strength side, no surprise. No injuries, everyone's looking pretty good. We've got Pickford back in the net, thank God. Livramento, Godfrey Almeida and Larios at the back with Bate and Messina in the middle. Solken, Sierra and Benito in on the attacking midfield side. And then Robin Vandenberg up front. Robin Vandenberg on 16 goals now in the league. But Man United have got an equally decent striker, Federico Canini, who's got 18 goals this campaign. They've still got Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood. Luke Matthews, we actually had him at Wolves. He was Wolves' young goalkeeper, and obviously now he's in the Man United side. He is a bit of a whopper. Man United are unbeaten in the last 7 games, but I'm convinced we can end that run. I think that's fair enough. I should have really looked at the head-to-head. In fact, I think we still can. You'll notice that we've got a terrible record against Man United away from home. Obviously, we beat them at home early on in the year, which is a brilliant result. But the last 2 times we played Manchester United at Old Trafford, we've lost 6-2 on both occasions. So that is just a little bit worrying. But hopefully we can get something out of this. They're talking about Man United being the league's best defence. Well, actually, we've got the league's second best defence. At least I think we have. So they're 2 very good defences here. You wouldn't be surprised for this to be 0-0. But then equally, the way that we've been playing and the way that FM is, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 6-2 to United. But as I said, I think if we lose today's match, it's all over. I suppose I'd take a draw again. 10 points in 12 games is okay. 13 points though. It's that 6 point potential swing, isn't it? But let's just hope we're back up to form. It was a shocker against Newcastle. Really infuriating as well, given the good work we've been doing. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. You can be up against some sides that do that well that you've got to win every single match and play very, very well. Or else you're not going to be there at the end of the season, unfortunately. Just one little blip can really derail your season. But I was looking at Manchester United the other day, actually. They had a really bad end to their season last year. That's why they actually lost the Premier League in the end. They were sort of 6 or 7 points above Chelsea. But Chelsea took advantage in the end. So hopefully, if things go well today, it might be the start of Man United doing poorly. You don't really know. But the good news is I think that hopefully, as long as this isn't a massive blip, a massive loss in form, we should finish third this year, you would say, which is an improvement on last year. We could even finish second. Man United have now gone ahead, which isn't great. They are all over us, really, and that's no surprise here at Old Trafford. We've got 50-50 possession, though, so I'm going to encourage the lads to try and get it out of our own area a little bit. I don't think that would harm us at all. But we're not being battered. We're at 1-0. If we can get to half-time at 1-0, we're still in the match. If we can get to half-time at 1 each, then I'm very happy with that. Solken gets dispossessed. Lewis Bate really should be doing better there because Man United have got a chance now. I mean, it's 4 against 1, but 4 against 2, sorry, but you still back them into the box. It's a tame shot, kind of a shot/cross, and it didn't really work. Pickford hoofs the ball out for Vandenberg, but Man United's defence are wise to that. They're not going to be beaten if they're the league's best defence by Pickford just hoofing the ball up the pitch. And this is just seems to scream 2-0 to me. Bruno Fernandes, Aarons, puts the ball forward to Canini. There you go, 2-0 Man United. We're going to struggle. We are very much going to struggle now to get back into this football match. The thing is, though, we've had more possession, which is very strange. Surely this can't be 3-0. If it's 3-0, we can definitely put the clangers on this one. Rashford into the box. Well, I don't think we'll be doing the double over Man United. Put it that way. We might as well just go for it now. Go for our attacking formation. But that's really disappointing. I would get it if we sort of had 35-40% of possession and done terribly. But it's just so frustrating when actually you've had a lot of the ball and not really done a lot with it. 2 losses in a row. That isn't going to help. Really isn't going to help. 13 points in behind Man United. And we were starting to look ahead and start being positive, but now we're starting to look behind. We could be level on points with Watford at the end of the day, doing brilliantly. They're up in 4th, and just to make things even worse, we've been shown a red card. Frustrating, this whole game, isn't it? Really is. Because we have, as I've said, we've been on a really good run. We've done really well all season. And just this 2 or 3 game run now, and it's written us off, really. I don't think we can get back into this now. I mean, Man United, by the way, are on course for a brilliant season. Far better than they've had in the past. So, you can use that excuse a little bit. I'm just going to completely ignore the match now because, we are being battered here, and this isn't fun to watch. But Man United, if they win the remaining 12 games, will end the season on 99 points. Now, given that the title was won with something like 81-82 last year, then obviously that's a huge improvement. And, we could still be in the 80s. Remember, last year we got 73 points. So if we can get 80 points out of this year, it would be a big achievement for us. This is going to be 5-0, isn't it? Pickford saves. I'm just glad that McCowan, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, the substitute goalkeeper. I'm glad he wasn't in the net because it would have been really damaging for him. But I think that's the title over, folks. I really do. 4-0 to Man United. Can't blame it on the sending off because we were well out of the game before that. But we were just well beaten today. Well beaten. And I'm just hoping that, I'm hoping that it's 1 bad result or 2 bad results. And that after that, it's just a blip rather than a bad run of form. You can see that it was a birthday to forget. This is the 9th of February 2030. So, we are very much 10 years into the future now, which is absolutely crazy. But this is getting frustrating now. The aim of this save is to conquer the Euro and win domestic titles. And we're in our 4th season here at Everton, and slowly but surely we're getting better. But again, I don't think it's going to happen this year, so it's a long way back, and I can't see us doing it. But onwards and upwards, we can definitely focus on the Champions League as well as the League, of course. And next up, we've got Ajax in the first knockout round. There we go, the Johan Cruyff Arena. Would never have got that in 100 guesses, but we go away to Ajax, and hopefully we can have a good first leg. And finally, A, score our first goal of February, and B, win our first game in February. Well, you might think I'm crazy, but good players don't turn into bad ones overnight. So just two changes, enforced changes for the match against Ajax. Tuanzebe comes into the defence ahead of Diego Almeida. He's got a suspension for this competition. I'm not exactly sure how long that's for. If we click into this, Almeida, okay, she's got a one-match ban. That's not too bad then. And then Lorenzo comes in for Hamilton Sierra, picked up a knock in between matches, but he should be back for the Wolves match at the weekend. So those are the two changes. Again, as I've said, players don't become bad overnight, as there's a fly in the room. There you go. Dealt with nice and easily. Don't worry, I've not killed anyone before anyone that gets the RSPCA on the phone. But Ajax, of course, the club that Robin van den Berg joined from. The only player I recognise, there's two actually. There's Calvin Stengs, I know he was at Man United at one point, and Kijana Hover, who of course is a former Liverpool youngster. Let's see. Get out there and show the world you've got what it takes. I think that's definitely right. The last few games have been poor. No winning the last four. As you can see, Ajax have won the last five. So hopefully the form changes for us a little bit today. As you can see, 2 wins in the last 5 actually. But yeah, no win since that game 4 games ago now. But I'm fairly hopeful for this match against Ajax. I said when we got the draw against Ajax that it was a pretty good one. Obviously, we did top the group, which gave us a good chance to draw somebody who was a bit of a lesser opponent without being harsh to Ajax, because they're a good side. But in all fairness, we did play against them in our group stage last year, and we beat them fairly easily. So I'm thinking here we should have a good chance. We've got an away leg first, which always helps. I think we can get some away goals. Not a lot of pressure on us. Again, probably get an away goal or 2. And then in front of the home crowd at the BMD, we should be on to a good one. But Harrison Salkin very nearly opens up the scoring for us. I've gone to our more attacking formation very quickly here because I can see we're dominating possession. And we've really got to capitalise on that early on. And I think that's exactly what we are doing. You can see we've got a lot of the ball and have had a fair few chances so far. But not converted them. You can see actually Ajax have done fairly well for the little amount of the ball they've had. 3 shots, 3 on target. Now 4 shots with 3 on target. We've had 3 shots and none of those on target. Hopefully that'll change here though. Benito Owen with the shot, and again it's off target. I'm just worrying that we're panicking a bit almost. We're not really taking our time, so I don't think it would be unwise at this point to go for getting the players to work the ball into the box. Okay, maybe limiting the amount of shots we have, but more importantly, having better chances out of those shots. Unfortunately though, a bit of a drab first half. I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance out there, because with the amount of the ball we've had, we should be doing better, because Ajax are now coming back into the game. 10 shots, 7 on target. I think at the moment you'd fancy them to win this football match, but things can very easily change. Jordan Pickford picks the ball up. Where can he distribute this one to? Let's see. Pickford hoofs the ball out to Lorenzo. Again, I'm not too sure about that one. Benito Owen. Good win by Larios, by the way. Bate. Salkin is in front of goal. Oh, just too hard. It's not quite happening for us at the moment. It just come off the crossbar, did that. As I said, it's not, something's not quite clicking at the moment. But if we can get a win today, I think that would really boost the spirits of the lads. Because we've got Wolves up next in the Premier League, which again, we should win. But the form we've been in, if we lose again here, then again, it's just that whole morale and momentum type of thing that you do start to worry about a little bit. I think this could be Ajax 1-0, you know. Jongapin. Good save from Jordan Pickford. I'm going to demand more out of the lads because, it's just not ticking at the moment. And I can't really put my finger on why that is. Again, if you're not going to score in a football match, the most you're going to get is a draw. But Benito, no, can't quite get to that one. I can't complain about that one too much, really. But the strange thing is that we're on a really good run before this. Of course, we beat Chelsea 4-0. We absolutely battered them, did really well against them. And then ever since then, we've really struggled. Benito Owen picks up a yellow card, which is a bit of foul play from him there, definitely. Pickford hoofs the ball out. I think one of the problems here is, which I've just seen, hopefully we don't... I was going to say, hopefully we don't suffer for it, and it's hoofing it out from the back. I'm not really agreeable with this playing out from the back either. I don't think there's any perfect way to do it, because there's real disadvantages from this playing out from the back. But what Pickford did there, hoofing the ball up, I mean, it was a Livramento mistake, no doubt there. But, you know, that was really poor from us. And if we lose this football match, then again, it's just morale, and it does start to become worrying. I mean, surely we can get something here. Ajax have played really well, though, to be fair. They've had less of the ball, but they've done very well with it. We're going to bring Hamilton on now to see what he can do. Deji Satona as well in the attack. And I'm going to make it 3 subs out of 3. Why not? We're going to put Reece Nelson up there, just to try something different and see if we can get a goal back. Because at 1 each, the 2 legs is very much in our favour. But at the moment, it doesn't look like we're going to get anything. And 3 games without a win. And at the moment, 3 games without a goal as well, which, given how well we are from an attacking point of view, is a real worry. Got a few minutes to go here. Just going to encourage them. There's nothing really else I can do. Passing to space, shoot on sides. Just want to get this goal. You know, I know it sounds silly, but I would rather lose 2-1 here than 1-0, just to get an away goal. That could be really valuable at the BMD. And hopefully, given a few games in the Premier League where we can get back up to form, we'd be favourites there. But if they go and make it 2-0, then it does start to become tricky for us. No away goals. And of course, that's something we'll need to watch out for Ajax at the BMD. So I would like for us to get a goal. That's why I'm actually going to get very attacking. Sierra doesn't win it, but Nelson does. What can Nelson do here? Can we get a late goal? Nelson certainly not got the pace he used to, and that doesn't help things out. Probably the worst player that it could have fell to there. Maybe Hamilton would have been far better. Larios puts the ball in. No, we've lost it again. To Anzabay, puts it forward into an area, but doesn't quite work. Jongapin to Anzabay, nearly wins it back, but obviously they didn't threaten much then. It looks like it's going to be another defeat. Wowzers. February is really not going well for us. 2 defeats today. I didn't really fancy us against Man United, but you would have thought we'd have created something today. But compared to our previous form, you know, January was brilliant. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, 2 draws. But February has been absolutely dreadful. It's our first game at home for a while. I mean, hopefully that should help. But you'd think that surely we can now go and beat Wolves. We've got 5 home games in a row, and you have to say, Wolves we should be beating, Villa we should be beating, Southampton we should be beating West Brom as well in the Cup. So I think we'll come back for the game against Ajax, obviously the second knockout round, and they'll probably come back for the Arsenal game. Might come back for the Albion game in the 5th round of the Cup, but probably Ajax and Arsenal. It is a bit worrying, I'm not going to lie about that, because a bad run of form, a bit of a blip, can very much turn into a season breaker. And not being too negative, but looking behind us, if this goes really bad and we start losing a few more games, then we can be down to 7th quite quickly. You know, there's not much between dropping down the table. But equally, if we get back up and running again, and potentially Chelsea or Man United have a bad few games, then we could be back in the title race. But I think we might have just blew it at this point. I think it's going to be tricky for us to get back into it from here, but no, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Just looking at the run of form for either side, I don't think there should be any problems for Man United and Chelsea, but who knows? It's a strange old league, but hopefully against Wolves next time out, we can put a few past them, get 3 points, and get right back on track. If you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for regular Football Manager 21 content. Thank you for your company today, folks, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.